I need to do this because other people think that. How did 22-year-old Avani?
Yeah, I did. Even though it was hard to, because remember, K-Rose, I seem to always be doing stuff on my own. Remember that pic I showed you earlier? Mm-hmm. I was constantly being told, because I just stood out. So everyone was always trying to tell you don't belong and you got to do this and you got to do that and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just, in my mind, I'm looking at them and I'm like, listen, I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to get through every day as I get it. Okay, so you telling me that I need to do this and I need to do that and I got no. Especially when you get your record deal and they start telling you, oh, you have to lose weight and you got to do this and you're just thinking, listen, are you helping me to do these things? Because listen. If you want to criticize me, constructive criticism, I can do it. Let's go. But don't be telling me I got all these issues, right? And you ain't helping me to solve them. Because in my mind, I'm a problem solver. So if there are problems that you think I have, then you need to help me. And if you ain't going to help me, then I ain't paying not a jot of notice to you. Because you're just trying to make me stressed. Hello, I'm stressed already.
Okay, so I can say I'm the person helping you along this journey. And I say, okay, Avani, you should do XYZ.
Right.
And to do XYZ, here are some of the recommendations that I have to help you do XYZ.
Right.
You digest that better than, hey, you need to do XYZ.
Yeah,
and that's it. I don't give you any recommendations, no nothing.
No, you can't do that, because I'm just going to be like, listen, you need to keep it moving because you're not helping me. If you're going to tell me I got to do all these things, then you need to tell me how I'm going to get them done. How can I do them? And 9 times out of 10, it's a money thing. I'm just going to put it out there on the real. It's a money thing. They might say, okay, you have to go down the gym. Okay, well, then you're going to help me pay for the gym membership. You're going to find me a personal trainer, whatever it is. Are you going to help me with that? If you ain't, bye-bye. Because I don't want to hit. Because why am I worrying about what you think about me? Listen, I'm extremely healthy, I might add. Okay, and just because you think I'm a bit juicy, that's fine. Yes, I am juicy, but that's how my creator made me to be. What you want?
Well, we live in a world where people try to tell us how we're supposed to look when we do whatever we do, because that's what, quote, everybody expects somebody to be. But you have, in the music that you picked for today's show, you have a prime example of someone who has, I think, gone through those same thoughts and gyrations that you've had to go through, and Kelly Price.
Right.
And you get to a point to where we have to, as the fans, stop expecting things from the artist as long as they are giving us. Now, I don't want Kelly Price to come on stage just dirty and scraggly looking.
No.
So don't get me wrong. But I want her to be her, and I don't want her to jeopardize her health because she's doing all this crazy stuff to
they want to be telling you got to lose weight. And then, K-Wise, I must stress this. I have to say, girls out there, especially if you're juicy like me, please know that you are loved, because I've never had no bloke tell me to lose weight. I'm just going to tell you, okay? Let me just put that out there. I'm very juicy-licious, K-Rose, but that's how I'm supposed to be, right? And when they're telling you lose weight, if I lose too much, I look weird. It's like a bobblehead.
Well,
on legs, I just look really ill, and I don't look good. I'm sorry, I just have to put it out there.
Well, but to me, you should be the person you are inside, and I believe you should be healthy. You meaning everybody, that includes me. I'm really trying to watch what I'm eating. I'm watching what I'm doing. But
it's for your health. It's not.
Health.
Everyone's metabolism and physique is just different, because obviously we have different genes because we've all got different parents in that. Whatever, innit?
Yep.
Not everybody's supposed to be size 8. It ain't normal.
Well, again, because of how they tried to define this earth and how they did marketing, it was just like cookie cutter. Everybody is supposed to look like this. But it is changing. It is being accepted, and people are starting to realize that exactly what you've been talking about today. Depression is real. Mm-hmm. You have to acknowledge it. You have to find ways to get through it. Mm-hmm. But you have to, first of all, it's like Alcoholics Anonymous. You have to admit that you are an alcoholic before you can make changes. And people with depression have to have an understanding that they need to admit the fact that they are going through a medical issue. Depression is medical.
Yeah.
Before they can change.
Well, Well, see, and this is the thing. I want to share link 12, Keros, because I must say this, right? These celebrities were brave enough to speak out. And it's a list of 14 celebrities who have experienced depression, famous and depressed. And I was really intrigued by that because I'm thinking, this is interesting, especially, like you say, if they've got this, image to maintain, and then they suddenly decide, obviously maybe depending on how many years later, to come out and say, yes, I have experienced depression. That is a big deal, because obviously they would have had publicists and whatever else telling them, no, you can't say that. Oh no, you can't say that. And it's like, well, no, but I'm trying to be real. I want to be real. I want to tell people, I want to tell my fans, these are the things that I've been through, just living my life. And I'm sure there's people out there that can relate to this. And yeah, I'm going to say, I was told I had to lose weight. Oh yeah, they were on it. Oh, you've got to do this and you've got to. And I was looking at them and I'm thinking, like I said earlier, you want me to do all this stuff and you're going to help me, because if you ain't, take several seats to the left. Okay? Just bye-bye. So, no, don't do that. And then, I mean, there's times when I was even told, and you're going to laugh at this, K-Rose, there's times when I was told, don't talk too much in certain people's presence.
There are a few things that I would laugh at, but that I'll laugh at.
Yes, because basically they were trying to stifle me and make me seem quiet and meek and mild. And as we all know, I am not quiet. I would not be able to do the Ask Avani show if I was quiet. Isn't that right?
But those are all the things. They're trying to mold the image of the artist that they're trying to create, and that's what they, quote, thought was going to be marketable or to increase your fans. That's what their opinion was, as opposed to just letting you be you and letting what you do stand on its own merits. If I like the way you sing, unless you are evil to people, you can pretty much. Well, but that's what I'm saying. Just morality. I do have issues with some artists that have some morality issues, and no, I may like what they do as an artist, but I just can't support them. I don't even play their music.
Oh wow!
But. And that's just my personal thing. It's my business. I can do what I want to do. Something
that they may have said or done, and you've just like, you kind of, I wasn't feeling that. But.
Right, and I do it all the time. So, but if you're a good artist and you may not, quote, be the typical size 8, or think about it. Biggie was one of the greatest MCs on earth, and Biggie wasn't letting nobody tell him to, you need to mix in a salad.
Yeah, they probably tried it, but they probably just listen, leave me alone. Right?
Yeah, exactly. but hey, let people be the artists that they are, and I do believe you should be stylish. Yeah,
obviously you say it because you care about them and you don't want them to leave you sooner than they could, should, because of the weight issue. But you can't force somebody to do something, especially like that, and tell them you have to, otherwise you won't be a success. Come on,
nah, sorry, you can't do it.
I don't think. And I must say, Kayla, before we go to break, I would like to share link 13, because these were 9 famous women who have spoken out about therapy. Now that's very interesting. Therapy, again, what we were talking about earlier. Therapy, comes in many forms, whether it's talking therapies or whatever else. And the fact that, again, famous people, especially women, spoke out about it is something I want to share, obviously, in light of today's show topic, because I'm thinking, again, talking, especially for me, is very important. And if you're not good at talking, let's just say you're not good at it, or you don't like to do it, especially in this topic, depression and stress and so on. There's other ways of communication, especially in this day and age. You can email it, you can text them it, you can write them a letter, the good old fashioned letter. Has anyone written letters? Does anyone write letters anymore, K-Rose?
I do. I write them in cards that I send to people.
Okay. Well, there you go. So there's ways of telling people something, and also there's ways of letting somebody know how you feel without actually having to say it out loud vocally. So the point I'm making is, please go out there and connect and talk, because depression and stress is not something that we should have to deal with in a prolonged amount of time, because things happen, and obviously, especially if you grew up stressed and then you go into your work life stressed, and then you have your family situations and so on, or with partners and relationships stressed. I mean, God, your whole life is just one big stress ball, isn't it? I mean, you can never relax. How are you going to relax in your skin when you're just all stressed out and depressed and paranoid and worrying about what other people think and all this? I mean, you don't want to go through life like that, feeling all... So... ways, people. I mean, this next song, I really love this song because it epitomizes the positive thinking that I'm sure this artist had to have when she was going through her trials and tribulations, just trying to make it through the day to be able to get to where she is now. So yeah, enjoy, because we're going to take a short break. This is Kelly Price, Someday. Hi, this is Avani. You're tuned in to the Ask Avani Show podcast on the Get Global Network.
I'm tired of crying. Drying my tears, I'm going in circles, can't face the day. I never knew it would be like.
Good afternoon and welcome back. This is the Ask Avani Show right here on SoMetro Radio. We are simulcasting live on the Get Global Network, people. So wherever you may be, I hope you are enjoying today's show topic. Just letting you know, we are talking about depression in women. Now, K-Rose, this is an article I really, really want to share, link 14, because when I saw this, I was like, oh, yeah, this one is for all those guys out there who may be suffering with depression or any other type of mental health issues. I really would like you, please, read this article, watch the video, let us know what you think at Ask Avani Show. I think it's a must-watch video because it's the rapper Scarface opening up about his battle with depression. Isn't that interesting? Obviously, we know men and women go through, depression and stress. We're all human. But I was so surprised when I saw this video. He was so candid. I must warn people, yes, there is some strong language in it. So, just in case, no offense intended, just in case anyone's upset by that. But yes, K-Rose, it's a really good video, really good article, to the point. And he was just sitting there and saying, yeah, I've been through stuff. And there were times when I wasn't sure if I was going to get through it because I was really suffering. So please, I really want you guys, especially the guys, but obviously girls out there too, you can, please have at it and read it, watch it. It's really interesting. It's something that I thought I had to share on today's show because it's just something that you don't really see, especially rappers, the strong male, masculine character. You don't see guys coming out and admitting to things like this. So I thought, yeah, this is wow. And as I keep saying it, especially us in the black community, we don't really talk about these things, depression and stress, all these things. You ain't supposed to suffer with that, and you definitely ain't supposed to be trying to go to no counselor or anything like that and say, I need help, I just need someone to talk to, just to try and get things straight in my mind. And maybe someone can help you, maybe they can refer you to someone who'll be able to, especially if it's not just money worries, it's other things as well. Because this is the thing, I have a show coming up for this, K-Rose, because it is bugging me to the point where everything is just money, money, money. This whole world seems to just be based around money, and if you ain't got none, you've had it. Your life is going to be crap, and you're just going to be stressed out, and you can't do nothing, and you can't do nothing for your family and your kids. And as I said, that's a whole rabbit hole that we could just go down and we could never get out of.
Well, but that's I really probably can honestly say I believe money is the beginning and the end of so many issues and problems, and I don't think that we have to find ways to get as much as possible.
But that's what society makes us think, though, isn't it?
Right. We need to find ways to just manage our lives and be happy with our lives and plan our lives, and then we'll be able to handle $10 or $10 million. We just have to have our heads right and be ready to handle it.
Yeah, it's not so much the amount, but the mentality behind it. To say, okay, whatever I've got, I can cope. Because again, isn't it interesting? You're just saying that. Obviously, if you don't have a lot, you're going to struggle because you're always going to have to be going without, and you can't do as much as you need to and would want to do. But if you actually have a lot, that can send you a bit, stressed as well. Because, oh God, I've got all this money. What am I going to do with it? If you're not careful, that can make you unhappy because it's like, oh, I've got too much. What do I do with all this? And oh God, people. Then you get paranoid, thinking, oh, do people only come into